Good morning everyone. Welcome to today's maths class. Let us continue the problems from the chapter Applications of Trigonometry. Okay, let us continue the problems from the exercise 9.1. We are in the 10th problem. Two poles of equal height are standing opposite each other on either side of the road, which is 80 meters wide. Now look at this. Here there are two poles. The heights of these two poles are equal. This height is equal to this height. Okay, and they are either side of the road. So the length of the road is given. The distance between the two poles is 80 meters. Okay, this is 80 meters. Okay, this is the information given. Either side of the road, which is 80 meters wide. The width of the road is 80 meters. From a point between them on the road, here there was an observer at a point O on the road. The angles of elevation of the top of the poles are 60 degrees and 30 degrees respectively. Find the height of the poles and the distance of the point from the poles. Now look at this. What is the width of the road? 80 meters. Now here there are two poles AB and CD whose heights are same. Okay, if we have taken this angle is H, then this also H. Now which one is 30 and which one is 60? If you are very close to a tower or something, then if you look at the top of it, the angle will be more. If you are far away from the pole or tower something, the angle so formed will be less. So this point O makes more angle because it is very closer. Okay, close to the observer. So this angle is 60 degrees. And see, the point O is somewhat farther from the first pole. So this angle will be less. He has given two angles 30 and 60. So this will be 30 and this angle will be 60. Okay, did you understand the data? Two equal poles are there. In middle, there was an observer. He is looking at the first pole and the second pole. The first pole is making an angle of elevation. Angle of elevation formed when he observes the first pole at the top is 30 degrees, and he turned back and look at the second pole. The angle so formed is 60 degrees. Now we have to find the height of the poles and also the position of the observer, where the observer stands and looking at the towers. So let us take this distance is x. Then what will be the remaining distance? The total distance from A to C is 80. So some length we have taken as x. The remaining distance will be 80 minus x. Okay, the poles are standing vertically on the ground, so these two angles will be 90. Okay, now let us solve the problem. Okay, let the height of each pole is equal to h meters. Okay, and the length of the road is equal to 80 meters given, and let OA is equal to x, then OC is equal to 80 minus x meters. Okay, now let us take the two triangles separately. So now I am taking the first triangle. In triangle OAB, angle A is 90 degrees. Okay. Now applying tan, I told you why do we have to take tan, because here hypotenuse is not involved in the problem. Neither it was given nor we need not to be found. So take tan theta is equal to opposite side AB by adjacent side OA. So what is the angle formed in this triangle? Tan 30 degrees is equal to, what is the value of AB? We have taken it as H by OA x. So this implies what is the value of tan 30? Tan 30 is 1 by root 3. So H by x. By doing cross multiplication we get x into 1 x is equal to root 3 into H. Let us take this as the first equation. Okay, now we have got the value of x in terms of H. Now look at the second triangle. In triangle OCD, angle C is 90 degrees. Now look at this. Here you have to take tan. Tan 60 degrees is equal to, what is its opposite side? CD by adjacent side OC. So this implies tan 60 degrees is equal to tan 60. What is the value of tan 60? Root 3 is equal to CD value H by OC value 80 minus x. Now by taking 80 minus x into the numerator, x is equal to H. Now let us substitute the x value from the equation 1, root 3 into 80, x minus x value is root 3h is equal to h, since from 1. Okay, now root 3 into 8, 80. 80 root 3. Root 3 into root 3, 3h is equal to h. Implies 80 root 3 is equal to h. Minus 3h, if you send into RHS, you will get plus 3h. Now look at the next step. H plus 3h is 4h is equal to 80 root 3. Therefore, h is equal to 80 root 3 by 4. 4 20s. So we get 20 root 3 meters. We got the value of h. Okay. Now we have to find the value of x also. So where we have the x? Look at the first equation. From the equation 1, x is equal to root 3h. X is equal to root 3h implies x is equal to root 3 into, what is the h value? We have got the h value as 20 root 3. So this implies x is equal to 20 into root 3 into root 3 is 3. So x is equal to 20 into 3, 60. So here we have got the x value and here we have got the h value. Okay, now we have to write the conclusion. So what is h? H is the height of the poles. And what is x? By x, x is the distance of the observer from the first pole. Okay, now let us write the conclusion. Therefore, height of the poles, the both poles are equal in height, therefore the same height. H is equal to, what is the height? H is equal to 20 root 3 meters. And what is the other question he has asked? We have to find the poles and the distances of the point from the poles. See, look at this. Therefore, so let us write the other point at the top. We don't have the place. Okay, here I am writing. What is the other sentence? Therefore, the observer is at a distance of x meters from A. X means, what is the value of x? 60 meters from the first pole so the total distance, for example, if I am standing here, if I am looking at this pole at a distance of 60 meters, what is the remaining distance out of 80? 80 minus 60. And that is 80 minus 60, 20 meters from the other pole. Okay, did you understand? So, once again, just a brief explanation. Here there are two poles which are at equal height standing opposite to each other in between the road. So, the distance between those two poles is, they are either sides of the road. So, the distance length of the road is nothing but the distance between the two poles, that is 80 meters given. So an observer standing in between them at a point and observing the two poles, one and the other at different angles, he is looking at the first pole with 30 degrees angle and the second pole with 60 degrees angle. Now we need to find the heights of the poles as well as the position of the observer where he stands. Okay, so we have taken the diagram like this. From this we have got two triangles. From those two triangles we got two equations. By solving them we get the h and x. H value is the distance, heights of the poles, and by x we can say the position of the observer. X is, we got the x value is 60, means the total length is 80. So if he is at a distance of 60 meters from the first pole, that means the remaining distance will be 20 out of 80. So he is at a distance of 20 meters from the other pole. Okay. Now look at the 11th problem. A TV tower stands vertically on a bank of a canal. From a point on the other bank directly opposite to the tower, the angle of elevation of the top of the tower is 60 degrees. Okay, from another point 20 meters away from the point on the line joining this point to the foot of the tower, the angle of elevation of the top of the tower is 30 degrees. Find the height of the tower and the width of the canal. Now, look at this. Here, there is a TV tower and it is at the bank of a river. Now, at the other bank, so this is the width of the river, let us take. This is the width of the river. Okay, when we observe the top of the tower from this point, from the other bank of the river, the angle of elevation is 60 degrees. Okay, here the height of the tower is not given. We need to find, so let us take it as h meters, and the width of the river is also not given. Let us take it as x. Okay, x meters. Now the observer from another point 20 meters away from this point on the line joining this point. For example, this is here AB is the tower and C is the point where the observer standing and looking at the top of the tower. Now he moved away from the tower for 20 meters again on the same line. He moved back like this. So he came to the point D. So which is 20 meters. This distance is 20 meters. Now again he observes the top of the tower with some angle of elevation. This angle is 30 degrees. Okay. Now we need to find the width of the river as well as the height of the tower. Okay. Now let us do the problem. Now look at this. Here the height of let the height of the tower is equal to h meters. Okay, and width of the tower is equal to x meters, and we have 20 meters. That is the distance between the observer, 2 points of the observer. So the distance between the two positions of the observer is equal to 20 meters. Okay. So now, so this angle is 90 degrees. Why? Because the pole stands vertically on the tower. The TV tower stands vertically on the ground. So we have to take this angle as 90 degrees. Now we have the total data in the picture. From this we can find the unknown values. Now let us take the triangles. Here there are two right angle triangles. In the first triangle, ABC, angle A is equal to 90 degrees. If you take tan, why do we have to take tan? I told you already. Here hypotenuse has been not given. So we no need to worry about the hypotenuse. Then the relation will be there among opposite side and adjacent side. So we have to take tan. Tan theta is equal to, here 60 degrees. The theta is 60 degrees in the small triangle. Opposite side AB by adjacent side AC. What is the tan 60 value? Root 3. What is AB? Which is not given, the height of the tower, that is H. And what is AC? That is X. Width of the river is also not given. From this, if you take X into LHS, we get root 3X is equal to H. Otherwise, simply we can write it as H is equal to root 3X. Say this is the equation 1. Okay. Now let us go with the other right angle triangle. What is the other right angle triangle? In triangle ABD, here also angle A is 90 degrees. This is also right angle triangle. Let us take tan. Here angle is 30 degrees. Tan 30 degrees is equal to, its opposite side is AB and the adjacent side is AD. Implies, what is the value of tan 30 degrees? Is 1 by root 3. AB value, which is not known, H, and AD is the total length of the width of the river and the distance between the two positions of the observer, that is H by AD means we can write AC plus CD. So let us do in the next step. 1 by root 3 implies 1 by root 3 is equal to H by AC value is X and this is 20. This implies, now you look at this, 1 by root 3 is equal to H value we can collect it from, otherwise do one thing, first you do the cross multiplication, it will be easy for you. 1 into x plus 20 is equal to root 3h. This implies, what is the value of h from the equation 1? X plus 20 is equal to root 3 into h is root 3x. In the place of h we can write root 3x, that we have got it from the equation 1. Now this implies x plus 20 is equal to root 3 into root 3, 3. 3x minus x is 20. 2x is equal to 20 is equal to 10. We got the x value. Therefore, x is equal to 10 meters. So just keep it like this. Now, what we have to do? From the equation 1, what is the h value? H is equal to root 3x. H is equal to root 3x. This implies h is equal to root 3 into, what is the x value? We got the x value as 10. So therefore, h is equal to 10 root 3 meters. See, we got the x value as well as the h value. Therefore, finally, we need to write the conclusion. Therefore, height of the tower h is equal to 10 root 3 meters. And what is the other one? X. X is the width of the river. And width of the river, x is equal to, what is the x value? We got 10 meters. 10 meters. Okay, please copy it. Now the 12th problem. From the top of 7 meters high building. So here this is a building, its height is 7 meters. So the angle of elevation of the top of a cable tower is 60 degrees. See, from this top, the angle of elevation of a cable tower from the top of a building is how much? Is given 60 degrees. Actually, if you look straight towards this, if you look straight, so you can look at this point, you can see this point, but from this he looks upwards. This is the horizontal line, so this angle is given 60 degrees. Okay, and also he has given that the angle of depression of the foot of the cable tower is 45 degrees. If you look at the foot of the cable tower like this, okay, then this was found to be 45 degrees. That is the angle of depression. So that means here we have to take like this. This is the angle of elevation upwards. This is the angle of elevation and this is the angle of depression. What is the angle of depression given? 45 degrees. Okay, this is the rough diagram. We are taking approximate measures. We don't take the exact values. Okay, so just for understanding purpose. Now, what we need to find from this information? From the top of 7 meters high building, the angle of elevation of the top of the cable tower is 60 degrees and the angle of depression of its foot is 45 degrees. Determine the height of the tower. So we need to find the height of the tower. It was not given. Let us take it as h. Okay, and I am taking this height as h meters. Okay, now you look at this. Here AB is 7 meters. So CE also will be 7. Why? Because this is a rectangle. Opposite sides are equal. So we can take this length as 7 meters. This is equal to the height of the building. And the remaining distance, the total height of the cable tower is h meters. So the remaining distance is h minus 7. H minus 7 meters. Okay. So this is the information from the problem. Now you have to observe that the alternate interior angles. Now these two are parallel actually. This dotted line and this red line, both are parallel. So this is 45 degrees. Then this will be 45 degrees. Okay. So we have the sufficient information. Now also you have to observe that here the angle is 90 degrees. Also here the angle is 90 degrees. Here also the angle will be 90 degrees. Why? Because the building and the cable tower both stands vertically on the ground. So we have to take them as 90 degrees. Now look at the answer. Okay. We have everything, all the information in the given picture. Now with the help of this we can solve the problem. The solution of this problem we will have in the next class. Okay, thank you. Have a nice day.